All right, so on our backs in Supta Baddha Konasana, and have a block nearby. As always, we're going to do some oblique work at the beginning and some twisting. So as you settle in to your starting posture, letting the soles of your feet come together and your knees fall open to the sides. You can bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly if that feels good. Allow your eyes to close. Start to focus your mind and focus your breath. Each exhale allows a thought or distraction to melt away. See if you can start to extend the amount of time it takes to breathe in and out. Deeper inhales and deeper exhales. And if you feel ready, start to find your Ujjayi breath. Inhales and exhales through the nose with your slight constriction at the back of the throat. Let that oceanic sound start to be created by the breath. Let this breath generate heat within your body. We'll have about 5 rounds of breath right here. Two more breaths. Maintain your Ujjayi breath. Gently blink your eyes open. Bring your hands to the outsides of your knees and just draw them together then into your chest. Give yourself a little hug here. Maybe rock side to side. Just massage the fronts of the hips for a couple moments. Then when you feel ready, grab your yoga block, place it in between the thighs. We're going to work into our oblique twists today to start to warm up the spine. This is a very twist-heavy practice, so it's a good way to kind of trigger active twisting. Allow your arms to come out to a capital T shape, palms down. Knees are in a tabletop position, so knees right over the hip socket, 90-degree bend in those legs. Broaden the back and narrow the front. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, carry both legs to the right side. Hover them off the mat. Keep your left shoulder pressing into the floor. As you inhale, use your left obliques to bring them back through the center. As you exhale, carry them over to the left. Same thing, hover. Make sure you're still squeezing that block. Then inhale, bring them back to center. One more round just like this. Exhale, gently bring them over to the right. Left shoulder stays in contact with the floor. And then inhale, carry them through the middle. And then exhale, gently carry them to the left. And inhale, carry them back to the middle. Now adding an extension. Exhale, carry them over to the right. Then extend your left leg, so your top leg here. Gently bend your left leg. And then inhale, bring them back to the center. Exhale, carry them over to the left. Inhale, extend your right leg, so that top leg. Exhale, bend your right leg. And inhale, carry them to the center. One more round like that. Exhale, carry them over to the right. Inhale, straighten your top leg. Exhale, bend your top leg. And inhale, carry them through center. Exhale, carry them over to the left. Inhale, extend your right leg. Exhale, bend your right leg. And inhale, carry them back to center. Then exhale, remove the block. Draw both knees into your chest. Give yourself a little hug. From here, we'll move into one more core exercise on our back. So bring your legs back to a tabletop position, no block this time, and give yourself about hip width distance in those legs. From here, mirror that shape in your arms. So elbows come straight out of the shoulders, bending the arms at 90 degrees. And again, broaden the back, narrow the front. And as we start to move, nothing changes in the torso. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, your right heel and your left fingertips tap the floor. The fingertips go behind the head, the heel comes to the ground. Inhale, bring everything back to the middle. And then exhale, left leg, right arm, same thing, trying to make the motion symmetrical, coordinating the speed. And inhale, bring them back to center. One more round like that. Exhale, right leg, left fingertips. Inhale, bring them back to center. Exhale, left leg, right arm. And inhale, bring them back to center. This time extending the arm and leg. So exhale, gently reach the right leg long and the left arm long, hovering them just off the floor. Then inhale, bring them back to the middle. Exhale, right arm, left leg, extending and hovering, keep the core strong. And inhale, bring them back to the middle. One more round like that. Exhale, extend the right leg, left arm, hover. Inhale, bring them back to the middle. Then exhale, left leg, right arm, and hover. And inhale, bring them back to the middle. And exhale, release. Let the knees come into the chest. Arms this time grab underneath the hamstrings. Start to rock and roll about 4 times. After your 4th or so round, you'll make your way towards a tabletop position, so no rush. Just let the muscles around the spine be massaged by the floor, eventually making your way to your tabletop however it feels good. Align your hands right underneath your shoulders and knees right underneath the hips, moving into cow and cat. So inhale, drop your belly, bring your gaze high, open through the front. Then exhale, curl into your cat, press your palms and shins into the floor. Inhale, drop the belly, gaze goes high, really tilt the pelvis. Exhale, curl into your cat, dome through the shoulders. One more round, inhale, drop the belly, bring the gaze high, expand through the collarbone. Then exhale, curl into your cat, press even the tops of the feet into the floor. Inhale, bring your spine back to center. Then gently just extend your left leg back behind you. Toes can stay on the floor. Carry it all the way to the side of the body, plant that foot. Now keep your left hand planted on the mat. As you inhale, reach the right fingertips high, opening the body towards the right side. Then exhale, thread the needle. Right arm comes under left, bring your right shoulder and ear to the floor. You can keep your left hand where it is. You can also extend it long, or maybe take a half bind, wrapping the left hand behind the back and hooking it in your right hip crease. Take about 2 more full breaths right here. If you bound your left arm or moved it, gently release it, bringing the hand back to the mat under the shoulder. Inhale, we unwind, right arm reaches back up to the sky, open the chest. Then exhale, hand comes back to the mat. Keeping the toes on the floor, inhale, bring your left leg back behind you. And exhale, just bring it back into tabletop position. Now we'll do the same thing on the other side. So gently extend your right leg back behind and carry it all the way to the side of the body, making that foot plant on the floor. From here, right hand stays down, left arm reaches up to the sky as you inhale. Then exhale, thread the needle. Left arm comes underneath the right shoulder and ear to the mat. Then take whichever variation you want with that right arm. You might bind, you might extend it forward, whatever feels good. You have 2 breaths here. If you bound, remove the arm, gently release it, bringing the hand back underneath the shoulder. Inhale, unwind, left fingertips reach all the way to the ceiling. Then exhale, left hand comes to the floor. Inhale, carry your right leg all the way to the back of your body. Then exhale, knee comes down in your tabletop position. From here, inhale, tuck your toes. Then exhale, downward dog. Lift the hips up nice and high. Feel free to pedal out the feet here if that feels good. Bending one knee then the other. Just kind of feeling out how the ankles feel today, how the calves feel. Just starting to find that stretch in the backs of the legs. When you feel ready, find stillness in your dog. Activate the legs, let the heels lower towards the floor. Press through your palms on all 10 fingers and activate the core. On an inhale, roll forward into high plank, stacking the shoulders over the wrists, starting to wake up the abs a little bit more. Exhale, draw your right knee into your right tricep. So just finding a crunch into your obliques. Inhale, extend your right leg back to a 3-legged plank. Then exhale, right knee to left tricep, crossing it over the body, try to make contact. Inhale, extend it back to 3-legged plank one more time. And exhale, land in your high plank, right and left feet on the ground. Same thing to the other side. So inhale, hover your left leg off the mat. Exhale, left knee to left tricep, finding that oblique crunch. Inhale, gently extend it back. Exhale, left knee to right tricep, cross it over the body. Inhale, extend it back one more time. And exhale, left foot comes down. Take an inhale, send your hips high, downward dog. And take your exhale just to enjoy this stretch. Now bring your gaze forward, start to walk your feet to the top of the mat, finish in your rag doll. So hip width distance, take your generous bend in the knees, torso hangs nice and heavy, maybe fingers behind the head, maybe opposite elbows. Just doing whatever feels good to create a little more length in the spine for 2 more breaths. One more inhale here. And exhale, gently release your arms. Keep the bend in your legs and roll up through the spine nice and slow. Let your head be the last thing to come up and take a big shoulder roll up and back once you arrive. Step your feet together underneath you. Establish your mountain pose or Tadasana. Feel the legs strong rooting into the floor and then the crown of your head reaching to the ceiling. On an inhale, reach your arms up high. Let the gaze follow. And exhale, hands come to heart center. Take a moment, close your eyes, bow your chin. Set an intention for your practice this morning. Think about what you would like to focus your mind on. And sealing that intention with a breath, deep inhale through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. Seal the lips, find your Ujjayi breath once more, in and out through the nose. Gently blink your eyes open, moving into our Sun A. Inhale, reach the arms high, let your gaze follow. This is our Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hinge forward from the hips, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, half lift, Ardha Uttanasana, lengthen the spine. Then exhale, plant the palms, step back into a high plank. On an inhale, shift your weight forward. Then exhale, move through your chaturanga all the way down to your belly. Really resist the floor away from you. Untuck the toes once you arrive. Inhale, baby cobra. Just the top part of the chest comes off the mat. Feet press into the floor. Exhale, gently release the chest down. Inhale, baby cobra again. Maybe lift your right leg off the mat. Then exhale, leg and chest come down. Inhale, one more baby cobra. Left leg comes off the mat. Exhale, release it down. Now finally, a locust variation. Inhale, chest and both legs come off the mat. Maybe you hover the hands, really integrating the back of your body. One more inhale here. And exhale, release the chest and legs down. 2 options, tuck your toes. You either press to a high plank as you inhale or move through your tabletop position. Then exhale, find your downward dog. Hips lift nice and high. Take 2 full Ujjayi breaths here. Bring your gaze forward, step or maybe hop your feet to the top of the mat. Toes come to touch underneath. Inhale, find a halfway lift, lengthen the spine. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach your arms all the way up to the sky, let your gaze follow. And exhale, hands come to heart center. Inhale, reach the arms high once more, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hinge forward from the hips, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, plant the palms, step back into your chaturanga right away. So using that exhale, this time pausing in that chaturanga, think about pressing the floor away from you. Inhale, pull your chest through, come to the tops of your feet, upward dog. Then exhale, hips go high, downward dog. Take 2 more full breaths right here. Deep inhales and exhales through the nose. On your next inhale, roll forward into high plank again. So stacking the shoulders over the wrists. As you exhale, draw your right knee into your chest. From here, as you inhale, pivot to the inside of your left foot and just extend your right leg to the right. So we're in a deep twist right now. Both hands are still on the floor. The inner thigh is really engaged.
Maybe try lifting the left hand off the mat to open into that modified side plank. One more inhale here. Exhale, hand comes down, knee comes into the chest. Inhale, step your right foot back into your high plank. And exhale, left knee draws into the chest, other side. Inhale, pivot to the inside of your right foot. Let the left leg extend over to the right. Establish this twist here, then maybe come into that side plank or fall into triangle. One more inhale here. Exhale, bend that knee in, hand comes down. Inhale, step your left foot back to high plank. And exhale, downward dog, hips go nice and high. Bring your gaze forward, gently step or hop to the top of your mat. Toes come to touch underneath you. Inhale, find your halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana, bend the legs, reach the arms up nice and high. First chair of the day, so make sure you're sitting nice and deep into those legs. Weight is in the heels. Take another inhale, sit a little deeper. Exhale, right arm back, left arm forward, twist towards the right. See if you can keep pulling your left hip back in opposition. On your next inhale, untwist, right fingertips reach high again. Then exhale, left arm back, right arm forward, same thing. This time, right hip is pulling back actively. Inhale, untwist, both fingertips reach high once more. Then exhale, forward fold, hinge over the hips. Inhale, find your halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, vinyasa. Plant the palms, move through your flow. As always, you can skip a vinyasa anytime you want. Once you reach your downward dog, inhale, right leg high, three-legged dog. Take a moment to open the hips, bend the knee. If you're feeling ready, you can flip your dog for a back bend. So keep opening, allow the right leg to land behind you. Maybe you lift the hips up and reach behind. If you flipped your dog, one more breath. Then everyone unflips on their inhale, straightening the legs, squaring off the hips. Then exhale, step through between the hands, setting up for warrior one. So spiral the back heel down and inhale, reach the arms up. First warrior of the day, make sure you're pulling that hip back. So right hip back, left hip forward, engage the core so that the lumbar spine is long. Take another inhale, maybe a gentle back bend. Then exhale, vinyasa. Hands come down to frame that foot. Right leg moves back. Maybe you take a three-legged chaturanga. Why not? It's fun. And then eventually you'll find yourself in downward dog once more. Make sure you're constantly connecting with your breath. Remember, you can always move slower than my voice. On your next inhale, left leg goes high. Open the hips, bend the knee. Feel free to move into your flipped dog on your exhale. Letting the foot land behind you, lifting the hips up high. Reaching the left fingertips towards the front wall. One more round of breath if you flipped. Everybody unflips on their next inhale. Left leg reaches high and straightens to the ceiling. Then exhale, step through between your hands. Back heel grounds down. Inhale, reach the arms up. Virabhadrasana 1. Check the squareness of your posture again here. Make sure the core is engaged. Your back right pinky toes are on the floor. Take another inhale, maybe a gentle back bend. Then exhale, vinyasa. Hands frame the foot, left foot moves back, maybe through your three-legged chaturanga. Really warming up the arms for arm balances later. Once you reach your downward dog, take 2 full Ujjayi breaths here. Get back in tune with your breath, get back in tune with your body. One more breath. Now bring your gaze forward, travel to the top of your mat, feet come together underneath you. Inhale, find your halfway lift, lengthen. Then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose again, bend those legs, reach the arms up nice and high. This time as you exhale, hands come to heart center. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, prayer twist, left elbow to the outside of the right leg. I am going to pivot so that we all can see here. Now, option to work into our side crow is our first arm balance today. So if you want to work into that side crow, separate the prayer hands, Start to bend really deep into your legs so that both hands can come to the floor. Now your arms might not be in chaturanga shape yet. From here, start to shift your weight forward so that you can bend your elbows and your thigh comes into contact with both arms. Then it's just a matter of tipping your weight forward enough that you can lift your feet off the floor. Wherever you are, take 2 more breaths. If you took side crow, make your way back to your prayer twist in your chair. On your next inhale, unwind. Reach both sets of hands high. Then exhale, hands come to heart center. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, right elbow to the outside of the left thigh, working into your prayer twist on the other side. So establishing this twist first, making sure your right hip and knee are pulled back. From here, maybe you work into that side crow. So you release your prayer hands, you bend your legs a ton. That's really key here. From there, hands plant, shift your weight forward, find that little hook. From there, it's just a tiny more shift to get your feet off the floor. Try to take 2 breaths here. Start to bring yourself back into your prayer twist in your chair pose. On your next inhale, unwind, reach both arms high 1 more time. Then exhale, forward fold, release over the legs. Inhale, find your halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, vinyasa, move through your flow. Optional chaturanga as always. From your downward dog, inhale, reach your right leg high. Exhale, step through between your hands, setting up for warrior 1. Left heel comes to the floor. Inhale, reach the arms up. This time, as you exhale, bring your right arm back, left arm forward, finding that little T-twist. As you inhale, right hand comes to the back of the leg, left hand reaches up and back, so exalting, finding that spiraling back bend. Take 1 more inhale here. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down to frame the foot. Find your low lunge, so back heel comes off the mat. Left hand stays planted. Inhale, reach the right fingertips high, simple twist. Really open your heart towards that right leg. As you exhale, come to horizon lunge. So outsides of the feet come to the floor. Pivot the right leg so the toes point to the side of your mat. Those hips lower down, but not all the way to the floor. Remembering this isn't a resting pose. 1 more round of breath right here. Next inhale, start to lift the hips, squaring everything off. Exhale, right hand comes down to the mat. Let your left knee come to the floor behind you. Untuck the toes. Inhale, reach the arms up, Anjaneyasana. Give yourself a moment to stretch out that left hip into the hip flexor, the psoas, whatever feels good. Take another inhale. Exhale, hands come to heart center, working towards another twist. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Really see how deeply you can hook here. So trying to get the highest part of your arm in contact with your thigh. Take about 2 breaths here, gazing towards that right arm, feeling that twist and compression into the side of your body. 1 more breath. Next inhale, unwind, reaching both arms high. Then exhale, half split. Shift your weight back towards your left leg. Straighten the right leg. As always, option to go into full splits today if you want to. Making sure that if you choose to go into full splits, your hips stay square. You're trying to constantly lift the front of your pelvis. That's the hard part. It's very easy to tip the pelvis forward and kind of have that big lumbar spine arch. But see if you can really lift and support the low back here. Take about 3 more full breaths. On your next inhale, start to bend back into your left leg if you were in full splits. Pause for an exhale in your half splits. Then on an inhale, everyone moves forward into a low lunge once more. Make sure the hands are framing the foot. Tuck your left toes, engage the legs so the kneecap comes off the mat. Inhale, step your right foot back into high plank. And exhale, move through a vinyasa or just go back to downward dog. Whatever feels best for your body right now. From downward dog, inhale, lift your left leg high. Exhale, step through between your hands, setting up for warrior one again. Inhale, reach the arms up. Check the squareness of your hips, and exhale, left arm back, right arm forward. Find your little twist. As you inhale, left hand comes to the right leg, right fingertips reach high, exalt. Feel that spiral through the entire body. One more inhale here. Then exhale, cartwheel the hands down to frame the foot, low lunge, right heel is off the mat. Inhale, left fingertips reach high, find that spiraling lunge here. Then as you exhale, horizon lunge, come to the outsides of the feet, drop the hips low without resting them on the floor. Fingertips reach towards that right foot, one more round of breath. Next inhale, lift the hips up. Square everything off, and exhale, left hand comes to the floor. Let your right knee come down, untuck the toes, and inhale, reach the arms up, Anjaneyasana. You have a breath or two just to stretch the front of your hip first, so drop them nice and low. Think about creating length through the front of the right side. Take another inhale here. Then exhale, hands come to heart center. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And exhale, we twist, right elbow to the outside of the left leg. Again, trying to really almost hook your armpit to the outside of that leg so you're getting the deepest twist possible. You're gazing towards your left elbow. You have about 2 more breaths here. On your next inhale, unwind, reach both fingertips high. Then exhale, half split, and shift your weight back towards your right leg. If you found full splits on your first side, feel free to do it here. Just again, think about squaring off the hips so the left hip will pull back. Then think about lifting the front of the pelvis to find more length through the front of the right side of the body. Once you establish your posture, you have about 4 full breaths. Two more breaths. If you're in full splits on an inhale, make your way back to half splits. We pause for an exhale in our half splits. Then inhale, shift your weight forward. Hands frame that left foot, tuck the right toes, engage the leg, kneecap comes off the mat. Inhale, step your left foot back to a high plank. Then exhale, optional vinyasa. Move through your flow or just meet in downward facing dog. Once you find your downward dog, we have 3 full breaths, exhaling through the mouth. So take a deep inhale through the nose. Open mouth, sigh it out. 2 more, inhale through the nose. Open mouth, let it go. Last time, inhale. And exhale. Find your Ujjayi breath once more, in and out through the nose. And on your next inhale, reach your right leg high. Exhale, right knee to right tricep. Keep the arms straight on this one. Inhale, 3-legged dog once more. Right leg reaches up. Then exhale, right knee to left tricep. This time, maybe you bend the elbows and shift far enough forward that you can bend your elbow to your thigh. From here, shift your weight back. Inhale, right leg reaches high once more. Then exhale, step through between your hands, setting up for crescent lunge. Left heel presses forward. Inhale, reach the arms up. Make sure it feels as if you're squeezing the legs towards each other. Your left heel presses forward. Take an exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, left elbow comes to the outside of the right thigh for our prayer twist. Make sure your core is active here, so even though our torso is in contact with the leg, we're not resting it there. Maybe extend the arms, reaching the left fingertips to the floor, right fingertips to the ceiling. Now keep the legs strong and keep the twist in your body. On an inhale, we exalt. So moving through that capital T, right hand comes to the back of the left leg, left fingertips reach back. On our exhale, we move into revolved half moon. So move back through that T, shift your weight forward, left hand comes down, left leg comes off the floor. Keep twisting your body towards your right leg. Really active in both legs. Take one more inhale here. As we exhale, we land in our revolved low lunge. So bend the right leg, left leg lands behind, keep it really active. Inhale, right arm sweeps back and forward to come to our crescent lunge. Then exhale, warrior two. Capital T shape in those arms. Gaze over your right fingertips. Stay nice and strong in that back foot. Inhale, flip your front palm, reverse your warrior. Reach the right fingertips up and back. Keep lifting the right side of your rib cage to the ceiling. See if you can take one more inhale here. And exhale, extended side angle. Move back through your T to bring the elbow to the thigh. Left arm sweeps across the body. And again, focusing on the length of the right side. So imagine a ruler is stuck to the bottom of your right side and you can't poke yourself with the ends of it. Take one more round of breath here. Now shift your gaze down towards your right foot. Left fingertips reach to the ceiling. As we inhale, we have our half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. So shift your weight forward, lift your left leg off the floor, right hand comes down. Now option today, if you want to make it a little fancy, you can bend your left leg, grab for the outside of your left foot with your left hand, and maybe move into a half wheel variation here. This is called sugar cane. You can start to kick your foot into your hand, finding a back bend. One more breath here. On your next inhale, release the leg if you have it, coming back to your half moon. And then exhale, Shiva squat. Bend the right leg, tap the left knee to the calf, hands are on the floor. Inhale, step your left foot back with pyramid legs, so they're hip width distance, toes are forward. Inhale, find a halfway lift, bring your hands to your hips, come all the way up to standing. We're moving right into revolved triangle today. So reach your left fingertips to the ceiling, establish the squareness of your hips. Imagine that when we eventually fold, that right hand is constantly pulling the right hip back. Take an inhale here, find some length. Exhale, start to fold forward, reaching the right or left hand to the outside of your right foot. If that palm doesn't go flat, you can grab a block and place it on the outside. Whichever you choose to go to, once you have your hands stable, start to open your heart towards your right leg, keep pulling that hip back, then maybe extend your right hand to the ceiling. We have 2 rounds of breath right here. Keep the core strong. One more inhale. Now here's the really challenging one. As you exhale, shift your gaze down towards the floor. Start to shift your weight just to your left toes and slide your left leg back as you bend your right leg so you land in a revolved low lunge with your hand on the outside of your leg. Now once you land there, if you need to readjust to get your arm hooked a little better, feel free. Now I'm going to pivot, but we're going to play with one weight shift here without getting into the full arm balance. So to do this, you'll bring your right hand down. Your hands will come forward a little bit. They won't be right underneath you. Then find chaturanga and essentially tip your lunge onto your arms. From there, don't lift your feet off the floor yet. Just see what that feels like and how far away your hands need to be to just shift your weight forward. You can try shifting forward and back once or twice. You have one more breath to play. And from here, as you inhale, make your way back into your revolved low lunge. Then gently move your left hand to the inside of your right foot. And exhale, let your right hand come down to the floor. Now we're just in our traditional low lunge. Inhale, shift your weight forward, lift your back leg to 90 degrees. Then exhale, Shiva squat. So just bend your right leg, tap your left knee to your right calf. Now we took this transition on Thursday. Start to draw your left knee into your chest. Right hand grabs for the outside of the left foot. Left hand comes to the hip. See if you can start to stand up and extend your leg forward, working into that revolved Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana. Remember, you can always do this with a bent leg as well. Wherever you are, just enjoy this twist. You can always get into it from standing as well, whatever works better. Take one more inhale here, one more exhale here. Now as you inhale, bring your gaze forward. See if you can let go of the leg, but keep it there. Reach both arms to the ceiling. Then exhale, left foot meets the right, hands come to heart center. Take a moment. You can close your eyes. Whatever you need to reconnect with your intention and reconnect with your breath. And gently blink your eyes open. We have one more side to go. So inhale, reach your arms high, let your gaze follow. Exhale, hinge forward from the hips. Take your forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Then exhale, vinyasa, or step back to downward dog. Whatever feels best for you right now. Once you find your downward dog, make sure you're still taking Ujjayi breaths. Then let's go left. So inhale, reach your left leg high. Exhale, left knee to left tricep, arms stay straight. Inhale, three-legged dog once more, left leg is up. Exhale, left knee to right tricep. This time maybe you shift forward so that you can bend your left elbow to let the hip rest. From here, we shift back again. Inhale, left leg reaches high. Exhale, step through between your hands, setting up for crescent lunge. So right heel presses forward. Inhale, reach the arms up. Take a moment, check your squareness here. On an exhale, hands come to heart center. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, prayer twist, right elbow to the outside of the left thigh. Now remember, the core is strong. We're imagining lifting the weight off of the thigh here. Nice. From here, maybe you extend the arms, fingertips reach down and up. Take a deep breath on our next inhale. We come all the way up to exalt. Left hand comes to the back of the right leg, right fingertips reach high. Now right into our exhale, we find revolved half moon. So shift your weight forward, lift your right leg off the mat. Keep twisting towards your left leg. Take another round of breath here, really establish your balance. Let's take an inhale all together. Then exhale, revolve low lunge. Let your left leg start to bend so your right leg can land behind you. Keep the legs really active. As you inhale, left arm sweeps back and forward to bring us up into our crescent lunge. As you exhale, find your warrior two. Capital T in those arms, gaze over the left fingertips. Inhale, flip your front palm, reverse your warrior. Left fingertips reach up and back. Keep the deep bend in your left leg. One more inhale here. Then exhale, extended side angle. Left elbow comes to the thigh, right arm sweeps across the body. Now imagine that invisible ruler taped into the left side again. Don't poke yourself with the ends. Try to match the length of your body to that straight edge. One more round of breath here. Shift your gaze down towards your left foot, fingertips reach to the ceiling. As you inhale, Ardha Chandrasana, shift your weight forward. Left hand comes to the floor, right leg lifts off. Option here to find your sugar cane again. Bending your right leg, maybe you grab the outside of your right foot. If you make that connection, you can start to kick into that leg, trying to get your body parallel to the floor versus splitting your legs to the ceiling. Wherever you are, one more breath. If you found sugar cane, come back to your half moon, extending the right leg, inhale. Exhale, Shiva squat, left knee tap, or right knee taps the left calf, fingertips come to the floor. Step your right foot back, establishing your pyramid legs. Inhale, find a halfway lift. Hands come to the hips, then stand all the way up. As you inhale, reach your right fingertips high. Left hand pulls the left hip back. And as you exhale, reach the right hand to the outside of the left foot, finding our revolved triangle. Again, use a block if you need to bring the floor to you. Keep pulling your left hip back. Maybe you start to spiral your chest towards the side. Maybe you reach your left fingertips to the ceiling. You have 2 breaths in this revolved triangle. Now here's the hard one. Shift your gaze back towards your left leg. Take an inhale. As you exhale, you'll shift your weight slightly forward so you can bend the leg. Right foot starts to inch backwards so you can find a low lunge with your right foot still on the outside of your left hand. It's really hard, but now your body's nice and twisted. So Often to practice that weight shift, bring your left hand down to the floor, pivot your fingertips and bring them slightly away from you. So you're gonna move them towards the left. From here, spine chaturanga, and literally tip your lunge onto your arms. No more than that at this moment. This is just to practice that weight shift coming forward. Take a couple times, maybe moving forward and back. One more round of breath. Nice, everyone. From here, push yourself back with your arms to come back to your lunge. Allow both hands to come to frame the left foot. So now both hands are around the foot. As you inhale, shift your weight forward. Straighten your left leg. Right leg comes off the mat. Then exhale, Shiva squat. Tap the right knee to the left calf. Right hand comes to the hip. Left hand starts to grab onto the outside of the right foot. As you inhale, start to stand all the way up. Straightening both legs or keeping your hand on the front of your knee. Maybe you extend your right hand to the back of the room. Maybe you shift your gaze over to the right. Wherever you are, we have 2 more breaths. And gently bring your gaze back forward again. Inhale. Maybe let go of the leg, keeping it where it is to reach both hands to the ceiling. Then exhale, right foot meets the left, hands come to heart center. Take a moment to regain composure because it's time to workshop. So take a deep breath, find your Ujjayi once more. Then just make sure you can see the camera. So we're getting into slightly casual workshop mode because it's really hard to teach this otherwise. So to get into this, I'm going to show 3 different ways. We've already approached almost all of them in our flow, just not to the fullest. So I'm going to demo our side crow one first, which I think is kind of the most self-explanatory. So with the side crow, I'm going to actually show it facing this way so you can see, so that I don't tip any furniture over. So we'll come from our side crow variation. So essentially we come to our twisted chair. You place your hands forward, and like Luann discovered, we really want to bend the elbows a lot. And the legs, you're practically in a squat. That's how I like to get into this. It's essentially from a squatting position. You'll shift the weight forward. Gaze is really far forward. Remember how much weight we're going to have to counteract. Now from here, you're going to extend your top leg first. Then extend your bottom leg. And that's it. Then the goal is to be able to move them simultaneously and then bring them back again. Then you can just come back to a squat. So give it a try. I'm gonna warn you, I'm gonna watch, so don't tip over. Just so I can see what's happening with everybody. So again, the key is getting really low to the floor. Nice, nice, nice. Good, now keep shifting your weight forward because as you extend your top leg, you're gonna have to counterbalance that. So top leg extends to the very back of the room, Luann. That's the hard part. Yeah, there it is. Yep, there it is. I'm gonna unmute you guys real quick, actually. We're getting casual today because this is important. If you need to unmute yourself, feel free. Yeah, so this is why it looks so hard to get from photos, is that, let's see, what's the best way? I'm actually gonna show you guys from the back. That might make more sense. So in this side crow, the top leg extends to the back. The bottom leg is the one that goes to the side. So think that you're maintaining that shelf with your bottom leg, and that top leg, you have to really engage your outer hip and glute. You're lifting it from there. And it's like, what's the best way? So running man, the way your leg extends to the back, similar counterbalance.
My elbows are so bony, it like.
I know, it gives yourself a really nice massage into your outer hip. That's how I like to think of it.
Look.
Oh yes, Mom, that's really good. Nice.
Nice. Oh, nice for lean.
That was from Shiva Squat,
Nice.
which is easier for me.
Okay, it's Luann's
Talk
turn.
about how you get into it for me.
Yep, Luann, yep, there you go. Okay, so think about trying to keep your right leg or left leg parallel to the floor. So what you're doing, and it's going to throw you off.
Keep what parallel to the floor?
So your top leg, so as you extend it, this is really key. If you let it drop, so right now what I'm seeing is you're going like that.
Yeah.
Down. So you have to think, like, lift through, think you're doing like a fire hydrant exercise, and then extend it, keeping that engagement. So if you needed to, you could tap that back leg on and off the floor. That's probably a really good drill to do in this exercise.
Another thing that I noticed, Luann, is before you extend the legs, really engage the low abs so your low back actually rounds.
Okay.
Back is rounded a little bit.
So lift with the outside of your hip. Yeah, that was good. That was really, really good. Yep, that's it. That's the right motion. Yeah, there it was. You got it. Just there, yeah. So that's the
Part
first
of it's
step.
strength. It's
Part
hard.
of it is strength. A lot of it is the tip forward too. Your weight is shifted more forward, I think, than we expect it to be. There you go. Yep, yep, yep. Keep shifting weight forward. There it is. There it is. There it is. Nice. That was it. Yeah. So that's the first step, getting that top leg extended. Then you work on the bottom leg.
That's
so
hard.
take your wrists. I'm going to show the second way to get into it because often people have an easier time getting into it from certain positions than others. That was great, Luann, though. That was the right leg extension. So once you can hold it there, then you get to extend the bottom leg. Okay, so you can either keep playing with that. The next one I'm going to show is from low lunge. So we already approached that tip. You have to get a really deep twist, but your leg's already extended. So that's kind of the cool part about it. So let's think about the best angle for this. I think I'm going to show it facing this way. So from our revolved low lunge, so think the hands on the outside of the foot and we're twisting. From here, the hands have to come kind of far away so that you can get the palms flat, but you're already in a deep twist. You'll bend your elbows so much that the thigh comes same position. Now notice my back leg's already straight. So you can almost keep your bottom leg on the floor and practice just lifting that leg to the back. So the motion is that slight circle to bring it in line. Then you shift forward and then you can try straightening your bottom leg. So that variation, the leg's already straight and you can almost get it there lifted before you even shift your weight forward to get it off the floor, which might be helpful.
All right.
But you have to get that deep twist first with this one, which is why it's sometimes a little harder. So right hand, exactly, good, good, good. Now keep that back leg really strong as you shift forward. Let your, yep, there it is. Now don't let that back leg relax. Yeah, there it is. Now bring it to the back. So bring it in line with the rest of your body. Good, good, good. And use your outer hip. Yep, keep the leg strong, straight as possible. Yeah, there it is. Yep.
I can't really tell where it's going.
It's in a good place. It looks good. Yeah, nice and good, Mom. Good, good, good. Yep, so Luann, that was, yeah, both of those actually looked great.
Nice.
Yeah, so Luann, did you feel that? How you could kind of, when the leg's already straight, now I think the tendency you're having right now is to let that leg relax a little as you start to move it.
Yeah.
You don't want to do that because you want to keep that leg super strong and engaged because then you can move it as one piece and you're not getting the dead weight of relaxed muscles that you then have to make up for once you get the leg behind you. So keep the leg as straight as you can. Think it's still in a lunge.
All right, I'm gonna try this, the first one on the other
I was
side.
going to say, make sure you go both ways. Otherwise, you're going to feel very uneven.
I don't think I've ever got the left side that solid.
Nice. That was really, no, that was great.
Yeah, I almost think of lifting my top leg up
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
to get.
There we go.
Ooh.
That's good, Luann. Good.
Oh my gosh.
It's hard. It's one of the ones where your body feels heavier on the arms than in some arm balances. Like they're definitely holding you. So that's another way to get into it. So let me show you the final way and then we'll take a couple of minutes just to play with all three so that you can just kind of see. But yeah, give that side a try first, Luann. Good, keep the legs straight. Good, good, good. Lift it up a little more. Lift it up, lift it. Use the outer hip. There it is. Now see if you can hover your bottom foot off the floor, maybe. Yeah, there it is, there it is, there it is. Good. That's the full one. Yes. Then tips over. Good. That was it. Did you feel that though? Iris is even happy for you.
Iris is down dogging for us. Hey, under it.
Nice. Good, good, good. Nice, Mom. Now next step, see, yes, extend both legs simultaneously. There it is.
Nice.
Good. So the next, yeah, so now the thing to work on is the transition in and out of it in that perfect world is that both legs extend straight, both legs bend back in, coming back to the crow first, and then come back to the floor. So that way it's really controlled. So yeah, that was really good. So let's show way number 3.
Okay.
And it's the final way I'm showing today. So the last one is coming from that elbow to knee position. So I'll show it this way. So essentially the way we go into running man, same way to get into this. This requires a much bigger weight shift forward, or at least it feels like it, to get into it. So from your 3-legged dog, you're going to bring your left elbow to your left knee, or left knee to left tricep. There we go, cross the body. Shift forward, better than I just did, so that you can bend both elbows. Now this one's cool because your leg's already behind you. So then you can just lift it off the mat and extend your leg forward. So you can just find that straight leg, lifting it up and down. So that's the easiest one as far as like movement of the back leg goes, because it's already straight.
I can't do that at all. I can't get enough twist when I'm in plank.
Yeah, me too.
So,
Yeah.
okay, let's see if I can break this down. So the thing that I find I have to do is it's a really, really big weight shift forward. So Luann, can you tap your knee to your tricep? Can you crunch it in a little tighter? Yeah, there it is. Shift your weight way forward. There it is. Yeah, Luann, that's good.
Yeah,
So that was it.
I can't get around the corner.
So the thing that I have found, and like I have a really mobile spine, so that's like one factor that goes into it, is I'm really, really twisty.
Yeah.
So it's something, it just helps, period. So one thing I find, like you can technically practice it from plank, is you need to be able to get that crunch into the chest first. The twist then comes from the back. It isn't crossing the leg over the body. It's twisting from the back, and then that huge weight shift forward.
Okay.
Notice how far forward you have to go. Yep, there you go. Knee into the chest. Good, good, good. Now shift forward, 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 forward. Even more. Yep, keep going, keep going. Now lift your back leg. Better. So overdid the weight shift a little bit, but that was it. You got the right shape in your front leg. Then you have to just find that place where you can pause and play with lifting your back leg.
Okay. Yeah.
That's what you did. So the knee into the chest, then across the body. And even if it doesn't make contact with your tricep right away, like even if it's here, if you shift your weight forward enough, then start to bend those arms, you can eventually get that twist. It's just having that strength in the arms and shoulders and making sure that you're not just throwing into it.
Try the other side.
That hurts my shoulder when I do it that way. I think I'm twisting by internal.
Yeah.
My spine is not as flexible.
There we go.
Yeah, I can't do that.
There you go, Luann. Keep crunching your knee into your chest, knee into the chest. Yep. Good. Now start to hover the top leg. Yeah, there it is. Good. So, I mean, like I said, there's ways that work for some people and not others. So, like, figure out which transition feels the best. Work on it that way. And then once you get it from that shape, it's easier to translate it to other transitions.
Maybe. Yeah.
But the knee,
That way is just flexibility, trying to twist.
it totally is. Yeah, you have to be able to
Yeah,
essentially
I know.
come into that really deep twist with no leverage. And that's the hard part. Whereas the others, you already have the leverage of either hooking the elbow or planting the foot. But with the one from your three-legged dog, there's no help. You just have to be able to get that twist and hook it across the body. So I would say, like, for me, that's one of the quickest transitions to get into it because I have the twist. I can just go forward right into it. But the others give you more support and preparation to get into it.
Yeah.
So I would work on like the other two, get that really in your body and just play with that weight shift. Like the same way, like being in your chaturanga shape, front leg bent on the arms, and just lifting and lowering your back leg, tapping it on the floor and finding that outer hip engagement that you need.
Yeah.
Get it. Yeah.
You have to find that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I can't even get my knee to my elbow in plank.
Yeah, so then that's not the way to do it right now. Yeah, it's work on it the other couple ways and then go from there.
Yeah.
So let's make sure we have a complete yoga class. Yeah, Luann, give it another try, and then I'm just going to take us into a couple stretches. Good. Yep. Yeah, so you want to, especially from the side crow one, especially since you're coming into it from an arm balance, connecting it to another, you have to make sure you're fully balanced in that side crow and super solid there before you start moving the legs. So I think for you, Luann, coming into it from the twisted lunge is going to be the best way to practice it initially because it sets you up already with the legs. And you don't have to worry about like, okay, side crow, all right, now I have to think about all that crazy leg to the back thing. Whereas like from the lunge, you can totally just move the leg and lift it up. So I would work on it from that one.
Okay.
Yeah. Mom, those looked really good. Those were solid.
Well, I did it, the way Colin did that is she does Shiva squats super deep and we do a twisted Shiva, put the back leg down.
Yeah.
Hands, then go into it. You come out of it, back into Shiva, sit down, and twist. That's what.
So that's essentially the same as coming into it from the twisted lunge. You just have both feet on the floor, which is why I like it. And one leg is already straight, which means that's one less movement you have to worry about. You just then carry it to the back and lift it up.
From the lunge, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even try that one because I don't know if I can do it. Oh, with this one, it's harder to get my hip down.
You have to place your hands further away.
Oh, okay.
So it's like you place them almost in front of you and then shift yourself onto them.
Right.
Yeah, Lou, what you were just doing is funny. You can actually do a version of this with your legs in eagle. And so, yeah, and that's a whole different thing. But, yeah, so, yeah, Mom, play with it one more time and then better.
Okay,
Nope.
yeah. I'm on the floor, but I'm not even trying.
Yeah, the key, you want to make sure you don't put them in an angle. You need to put them directly side of your leg and then lower onto them. And that'll help. Yeah.
I'm done.
Okay, let's stretch out a little bit and then we'll call it good. Complete departure from normal format, but since it's you guys, I figured it's more helpful to stop and break it down versus just talking about interaction. So, sit down. Let's take Paschimottanasana. So straighten the legs, bring them together. Flex the feet towards your face. Make sure they're active. Then inhale, reach the arms up high. And then exhale, fold it over. You can choose to make this either an active or a passive Paschimottanasana. So if you want to keep it active, pull with your hands. Really try to extend the spine, pulling. If you want passive, you can just round your spine and let your head hang. Well, let's take about 5 full breaths here. Final breath. And gently release your arms, roll back up through the spine. Then we'll make our way right to our back, just so we can start to relax. So let's move through a boat pose, though, just for fun, because it's advanced class. So shift your weight to your tailbone. Draw your knees into your chest. Reach your arms forward. Maybe you straighten the legs. We're just holding here. Let's stay for about 3 more breaths.
Final inhale. And exhale, low boat. Cover the feet, cover the shoulders. Staying here for 3 full breaths. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Final inhale. And exhale, release. Draw both knees into your chest. Give yourself a little hug for a moment. Let's work into 1 or 2 back bends, just because we've been folding a lot and compressing a lot in the front during this practice. So bring your feet to the floor. We'll do bridge pose first. So toes point forward, knees are hip width distance. Arms are down by your sides, palms down. As you inhale, gently lift the hips. Then maybe you tuck one shoulder and the other underneath you, interlace the fingers. That's a great option. It allows you to sometimes get the hips a little higher. Just staying here for about 2 more breaths. Final inhale. Exhale, gently release your arms, roll down 1 vertebra at a time. Then just let your knees windshield wiper side to side if that feels good. Doing whatever you need to release through the front of the body and hips a little bit. We'll go into 1 more back bend, so you can either do bridge again, or if you feel like taking full wheel, you can feel free to do that. Just know that your shoulders might be kind of tired, so listen to your body. So setting up for either one, if you're in bridge, make sure the legs are set again. If you're working to wheel, hands are behind the shoulders, fingers pointing towards the heels. On an inhale, you'll press up. Again, taking about 3 full breaths here. 1 more deep inhale. And exhale, tuck the chin, gently roll back down again. Coming all the way onto your back. And again, whatever you need to neutralize the spine. So either windshield wiping, maybe bringing both knees in towards each other, whatever feels good. Then from here, bring your legs back to center. Draw your right knee into your chest. Extend your left leg long. Flexing both feet, take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, wind reliever, right knee comes towards the right armpit. Just feel that compression in the hip. Each exhale is a chance to pull the leg in a little bit tighter. Make sure the left side is still anchored down. Take 2 more breaths. Final inhale. Start to bring your leg back through center, and as you exhale, move your right leg into your supine twist. So cross the right leg over the body. Right arm can extend long. Make sure the shoulder stays anchored on the mat. Just allow your eyes to close if that feels good. Take a few breaths right here. One more round of breath. Now gently bring your gaze back to center, then the legs back to center. Give yourself a little hug. Draw the knees into the chest for a moment. Then extend the right leg long, left leg is in towards you. Flex both feet, take an inhale. And as you exhale, wind reliever on the left, wrap the arms around the shin, knee comes towards the armpit. Give yourself that nice compression. Make sure the right side stays anchored. Take about 2 more breaths. Next inhale, start to bring it back through the middle. And then exhale, cross the left leg over the body into your supine twist. Maybe extend the left arm, make sure the shoulder stays anchored. And again, you have about 5 breaths. Gently bring your head back to center. Legs back to center. Just find a happy baby, grabbing onto the outsides or insides of your feet. Pulling the knees down around the rib cage. Really lengthen the tailbone towards the floor. Maybe you rock side to side. Maybe you straighten one leg then the other. Whatever feels good for you right now. And gently start to bend your knees back into your chest one final time. Give yourself a hug around the shins. Start to tuck and curl. The chin comes into the chest. Take one more inhale. Gather in any extra energy. And exhale, Shavasana. Well deserved. Let the legs extend long. Arms release down by the sides. Allow the eyes to close. And just start to let go of everything that we've done in this hour. Allow the mind to clear. Allow the breath to find its natural rhythm. Allow the eyebrows to relax and the eyes to fall back into the sockets. Let the jaw unclench, the tongue fall away from the roof of your mouth. In that same way, just work your way down your body. Allow everything to relax and sink deeper into the floor. And for the next couple minutes, just enjoy this Shavasana. If you feel ready to start waking up, start first by deepening your breath. Maybe start to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Let your head rock side to side. If it feels good, you can reach your arms back behind your head like you're taking a giant yawn. Then gently draw your knees into your chest, keeping your eyes closed and your focus internal. Just start to make your way to a seat in whatever way feels good for you. Once you arrive, bring your hands to heart center. Allow your chin to bow. Just take a moment to thank yourself for doing something good for your mind and body for an hour out of your morning. The light within me meets, greets, and honors the light within you. Namaste. Great work, you guys. Some nice progress made today, so good job. It's a really, really hard arm balance. So once you